Hello viewers, I welcome you all to my own YouTube channel. Today we will discuss about the heating effect of carbonates, bicarbonates, sulfates, nitrates, etc. So today we are seeing heating effect of carbonates, bicarbonates, sulfates and nitrates. So actually this topic is very important for your entrance examination. Many questions comes from carbonates, bicarbonates and nitrates and their thermal stability. So let's begin. So at first we'll start from carbonates. Okay. So carbonates in the periodic table, the question that comes in the JEE and NEET is based upon these 5 types of carbonates. One is alkali metal carbonates, such as you can say that Na2CO3, K2CO3, Rb2CO3, etc. Alkaline earth metals, carbonates, that is your group 2 carbonates, that is MgCO3, that is CaCO3, that is BaCO3, etc. Or you can say BeCO3, beryllium carbonate. Number 3 is your P block carbonates, such as your aluminium carbonate, and your lead carbonate, etc. You can have some transitional metal carbonate, such as your zinc carbonate, cadmium carbonate, etc. And the next is passive metal carbonates. Passive metal carbonates. These are AgCO3, Ag2CO3, AuCO3, Au2CO3. These are the passive metal carbonates. So we will now discuss about their thermal stability and their decomposition. Now we are starting from alkali metal carbonates. Okay. Now what happens, as you see, the trend is while going from left to right, sorry, top to bottom, in group 1 and 2, the thermal stability increases. Now what happens, you can see here, now you can see here Li2CO3, Na2CO3, K2CO3, Rb2CO3 and CH2CO3. So the thermal stability is like that. You can write down as Li2CO3 is less than Na2CO3 is less than K2CO3 is less than Rb2CO3 is less than CH2CO3. This happens because you can see here, as the Fazan's rule, we can see the charge density. If the charge density on the cation increases, the covalent nature increases, as simple as that. So we can now explain it in such a way that you can see the charge density is charge upon area. Now you see all of them has +1 oxidation state. Now what happens? Now what happens while going from top to bottom? The size increases. So cesium has, in case of cesium, charge remains constant, but area is highest. So polarization phi is minimum. So polarization phi is minimum. If the polarization is minimum, if the polarization phi becomes minimum, that is, it is most ionic in nature. Now what happens? As the ionic nature increases, the attraction force between the cation and the anion increases, and the melting point also increases. But in case of lithium, you can see the polarization phi, charge density, you can see the charge density, charge is constant over all the cations divided by area. The radius is so small, so area is smallest. So phi becomes maximum. So the covalent nature of lithium carbonate is highest. That's why when you give heat, to a lithium carbonate, due to its high covalent character, it decomposes in a lower temperature. Comparing to the rest of the carbonates. You can see sodium carbonate, potassium carbonate, rubidium carbonate, and cesium carbonate. So this has the highest ionic nature. Okay, so this one has the highest melting point. What happens? Actually, these carbonates are highly stable or highly thermally stable, because due to the formation of 2Na plus and CO3 2 minus, the two ions come closer to each other and a high amount of energy is released. That is, the lattice enthalpy is so high that you have to give a high amount of energy to melt this kind of compound. Okay, so generally Na2CO3, if you give heat, no effect will be shown until 1000 degrees centigrade to 1200 degrees centigrade. Next, if you give heat, Na2CO3, then it will produce Na2O plus CO2. Okay, so this is the reaction. So what happens in case of K2CO3? This is more stable than sodium carbonate. Rb2CO3 is more stable than potassium carbonate. CH2CO3 is more stable than rubidium carbonate. So these will also undergo K2CO3 heat. This will also produce K2O plus CO2 in a very high temperature. Okay, so this is the trend of the carbonates in group 1. Now we should see group 2. Okay, the group 2 carbonates has the same trend. You can see here BeCO3, magnesium carbonate MgCO3, then calcium carbonate CaCO3, then strontium carbonate SrCO3. You can also write down BaCO3. The trend is same because while going from top to bottom, the size increases. As the size increases, so the charge density, that is charge upon area. So now you see, in case of beryllium, Be2 plus, charge is 2, okay, charge is 2, and the area is smallest because the size is low. So area smallest means charge density highest. Charge density highest. Now what happens? If the charge density increases, the polarization power phi increases. Polarization power. So in this case, the phi is maximum. In this case, phi is minimum. So this is highly ionic. So the melting point is high. You should understand carbonates and bicarbonates. So the trend will follow in case of sulfates and nitrates also. So please concentrate. Now what happens? Next comes your P block carbonates. In case of your P block carbonates such as Al2CO3 whole 3, if you give heat, this will easily produce Al2O3 plus CO2. Okay. Now what happens? If you see these carbonates such as PbCO3, if you give heat, this will give PbO plus gives CO2. Okay. These carbonates have low melting point, or sorry, not melting point, this will be decomposition temperature, because you can see in case of this sodium is the highest size, then magnesium, then aluminium. Moreover, it will has a +3 charge, it has a +2 charge, it has a +1 charge. So aluminium +3, this will have the highest charge density. This will have the highest charge density. As the charge density increases, polarization power increases, so decomposition temperature decreases. So decomposition temperature decreases. So you should understand it. Na2CO3 has a higher thermal stability than MgCO3, then that is of Al2CO3 whole 3. So what happens? These P block carbonates are generally unstable in nature. Okay. Now, if you give further heat, here, actually aluminum oxide is the most stable compound of aluminum. This is known as alumina. Actually, it has a melting point of 1800 degrees centigrade to 2000 degrees centigrade. So this is highly stable. So if you exceed this temperature, then something will happen. But below this temperature, 1800 to 2000 degrees centigrade, Al2O3 will become stable. Now the next carbonates are transition metal carbonates. You should see pseudo inert gas like metal carbonates. Those are generally zinc, cadmium. Okay. Now you can see in case of zinc cadmium, zinc carbonate, that is ZnCO3, cadmium carbonate, that is CdCO3, they have very low decomposition temperature. Actually, decomposition temperature is low. So when you give heat, this will easily produce zinc oxide plus carbon dioxide, heat cadmium oxide plus carbon dioxide. Okay. Now what happens in case of metal carbonates such as Na2CO3, such as K2CO3, such as Rb2CO3, their melting point was, or decomposition temperature was, very high, very high. Okay, but these are low. Okay. Now what happens, the passive metal carbonates, that is Hg, Ag, platinum, and your aurum, gold. These can form HgCO3, Ag2CO3, PtCO3 whole 2, Au2CO3. Now we give heat here, heat. This will produce initially AgO plus CO2. Now when I give heat here, this will produce Hg plus half O2. Now here you give heat, this will produce Ag2O plus CO2. So you give heat, it will produce Ag plus oxygen. You should do the balance. This will also produce flattening oxide, PtO2 plus CO2. If you give heat, this will give platinum plus oxygen. This will also give Au2O plus CO2. If you give heat, this will give Au plus oxygen. So you should remember these initials HAPA, HAPA. Okay, mercury, Hg, A for argentinum, silver, P for platinum, Au for gold. So you should understand these carbonates are actually, whenever you give heat, they will produce carbon dioxide and oxide. Okay, but the oxide is unstable. Then you can give heat, this will produce the metal. Okay, this will produce the metal. As Ag2O, whenever it is heated, this produces silver plus oxygen. PtO2, whenever is heated, gives platinum plus oxygen. Au2O, this will gives aurum plus oxygen. So you should remember that what happens, we have learned that in case of group 1, the stability order is cesium carbonate CH2CO3 is greater than Rb2CO3 is greater than K2CO3 is greater than Na2CO3, and then it is Li2CO3. Okay, you will give heat here, no effect, needs a very high temperature to get decompose, because highly ionic in nature. Now this one is also ionic. In case of the group 2, the trend follows. Barium carbonate is greater than strontium carbonate is greater than calcium carbonate is greater than magnesium carbonate is greater than is greater than beryllium carbonate. So in case of these one, they generally do not undergo decomposition in the normal temperatures, but they undergo decompositions in comparatively lower temperatures, because their ionic strength is not so high. That's why these will easily undergo decomposition comparing to the group 1 elements. Now group 3, they will group 3 or such as you can say Al2 CO3 whole 3, or you can say TL CO3, okay, TL2 CO3 thallium is +1 oxidation state. Okay, so you can say why thallium is in the +1 oxidation state, because the heavy elements in the p block want to show inert pair effect. That's why they will show a valency decreased by 2 unit from their corresponding group. That's why thallium will have a +1 oxidation state. They will easily undergo decomposition. Okay, their oxides are stable, so if you give heat, then no effect till a high temperature is reached. Okay, so such as Al2O3, the Al2O3 produced during the heating of a Al2CO3 whole 3, this will, if you give heat, there no effect is there, because the decomposition temperature melting point is almost 1800 degrees centigrade to 2000 degree centigrade. Okay, now the transition metal carbonates, such as those who have pseudo inert gas like structure or electronic configuration, such as zinc carbonate, cadmium carbonate, etc. Whenever you give heat, they will easily produce zinc oxide plus and cadmium oxide. Okay, with the evolution of CO2 and CO2. Okay, so these carbonates also undergo decomposition easily. But the HAPA, HAPA, they will produce whenever you give heat mercury carbonate, you can give heat, this will produce AgO plus CO2, then it will again on heating it will produce mercury plus oxygen. So their oxides are unstable. You can also set Ag2CO3, Ag2CO3, if you give heat, this will produce AgO plus CO2, heat, Hg plus oxygen. Okay,